Taylor, congratulations. Fiery match start to finish. We'll get to it all. Can you fill us in on the conversation you were having with Yelena out there?
Yeah, I mean, it's competition. People get upset when they lose, and you can't. Some people say bad things. She told me I have no class, I have no education, and to see what happens when we get outside the US. So I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I beat her in Canada outside the US, I beat her in New York outside the US. So let's see what else she has to say.
We're ready. We're prepared. Do not give in to fear. We are fearless. This is not the time to be afraid. This is a time to stand up and fight back and to resist any temptation for them to divide us. We're in this together. The rule of law is on our side. We will not give in, not give up. We will not capitulate. We will not bow. We will not bend. We will survive.
There's a U.S. Open going on, and I'm usually dialed in, but I'll be honest, since Venus has come back, but she got bounced pretty early. But since Venus and Serena, Coco's not consistent enough. Naomi Osaka, I'm just like, whatever. But I used to be really dialed in, for all of the tennis, and even when Tiger was playing golf, because it was tension, it was interesting, and I felt like I could root for something. And now I could root for Taylor Townsend. Taylor Townsend. Taylor Townsend. Okay, so she's not. I've known her for her mixed doubles play with what's his name, Shelton. I think his name is Brad Shelton or Brian Shelton. Them two playing together is amazing. They got bounced in the quarterfinals. I saw highlights. But last night she won a match against who's this woman? Let me see. Her name is Jelena Ostapenko, and she beat her ass as she should, right? And they shake hands at the net afterwards, and then they grab their bags and they go on about their business. They sign a few balls, they throw them in the air. But when Taylor Townsend went to shake Jelena Ostapenko's hand, this woman had some nasty things to say to her. Basically told her that she was classless. She said that she was uneducated. Like, that's what is that why you got your ass beat? Like, I'm trying to understand, all of this the commentary about Taylor Townsend. And it was nasty, the exchange. She's in her face, pointing her finger and stuff. Now Jelena Ostapenko's from Latvia. I'm sure there's not a whole lot of black women in Latvia. But I'm also sure, as Deontay Kyle would say, that they've been indoctrinated into a way of looking at black women in particular a certain kind of way. So even that trope of her being classless and uneducated, it you don't know this woman's background. And as a matter of fact, she did go to college. So where's this coming from? So it turned heated, got nasty. Taylor's Townsend's from Chicago. Shout out to the Shy. She ain't back down. And you'll see the clip went viral. The exchange. We couldn't hear what they were saying. But afterwards, Taylor Townsend was interviewed, and so she told us what this Jelena Ostapenko woman said to her. Play the clips, Miss.
Taylor, congratulations. Fiery match start to finish. We'll get to it all. Can you fill us in on the conversation you were having with Yelena out there?
Yeah, I mean, it's competition. People get upset when they lose, and you can't. Some people say bad things. She told me I have no class, I have no education, and to see what happens when we get outside the US. So I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I beat her in Canada outside the US, I beat her in New York outside the US. So let's see what else she has to say.
You were down 5-3, won 9 straight games. What changed for you?
Honestly, I just locked in. I mean, she was playing really well at the beginning, and when she was playing well, I didn't say anything, and so that just shows class. I mean, sometimes people are playing too good, and you have to just take it. But I turned it up another level, and that's what I'm most proud of today.
Okay. How dare she? Oof. Oof. Anyway, what was really interesting, and I think Taylor Townsend now is going to be playing somebody named Andreeva in the next round. They play. When do they play? Tonight? Well, I'll be paying attention. Naomi Osaka's still in. She's going to be playing as well this round. But remember when Coco Golf beat this Arena Sabalenka woman who's supposed to be ranked number one, and Coco beat the brakes off of her. And afterwards, anyway, before I get to that, the press had the nerve to ask Arena Sabalenka what she thought, and I was like, this is too much. But play the response, Smith.
Just reminding me of this. Did you see the incident between Townsend and Ostapenko?
I actually spoke to Alona after the match, but during our conversation, I didn't know what happened. And, well, I have to say that she's nice, she just sometimes can lose control. And she has some things in life to face and some struggles. So
Wait.
I was just trying to help her to, I don't know, maybe, I don't know, just not like face it more in mature way, but I was just trying to help her to like settle down. And
So how when you aren't that person? Enough of this. How dare you? She's had some struggles, like no sympathy. That woman was classless. You lost. Lose like a champion. Oh, but what advice are you giving her, Arena? Because you cried and whined and bitched and moaned when Coco beat your ass. It was the wind. The wind took the ball. Everybody but you suck. You suck. It wasn't that she was better than me. It was that I was really bad. No, she whooped your ass into badness. Matter of fact, do we have a compilation of her responses after she lost? How is she going to give advice to somebody? Go ahead, Smith. Play that.
really, honestly, the worst tennis I played in the last, I don't know, month. And the conditions were terrible, and she simply was better in these conditions than me. And I think it was the worst final I ever played.
How does she do that and make things difficult for you?
By running and playing those high balls from the frame. And honestly, sometimes it felt like she was hitting the ball from the frame. Somehow magically the ball lands in the court, and you kind of like on the back foot, and yeah, it's just like it felt like a joke, honestly, like someone from above was just like staying there laughing and like, oh, let's see if you can handle this, and I couldn't today. And she won the match, not because she played incredible, just because I made all of those mistakes. Another tough final on the Grand Slam against Coco, another terrible performance.
Yes, enough. So y'all gonna be seeing a lot of this. This will not free us. None of this will free us. I'm gonna be rooting for Taylor Townsend. She probably won't win. Naomi Osaka, I hope she gets to the finals as well. I don't know what's gonna happen, but do know that Athea Gibson and Arthur Ashe, who both became the first Black people to win a U.S. Open title. Athea Gibson made transition in my hometown of East Orange, New Jersey, one of the greatest tennis and golfers to ever live. They endured some things so that these young ladies can soar today and not have to put up with this. And here it comes from people not even from here. So what's being exported about us? What are they telling the rest of the world about us? And I think it's high time for us to stand up and let the world know who we are. And don't let, I feel like we need to have some arm of somebody needs to create it, what you're not going to do, arm of Blackness that won't allow the false narratives to continue. And it starts with the musicians, the people that put out art. If you held yourself to a higher standard when you produce music that goes across the globe into everybody's ear holes, and you stop calling us bitches and hoes and N-words and drinking the scissor and everything, and I'm not wagging my finger, but there's a plethora of that. As I ran down on Monday, all of the littles and the babies and the youngs and all of the ways in which you infantilize yourselves and make you less than a man or a woman to the rest of the world. And then that reflects back on all of us. And most of us are not living that life that you're living at all, but you represent us. So every time you open your mouth, is what I was saying about having this platform, I don't just represent me. So I have to raise the bar higher than I would for my own self, because the people who are listening deserve that. And those of us who consume, and at the same time, if we consume, we also can hold to account that 70% of this music that is representing us is purchased by people who don't look like us, so they have a view of us and they don't live with us and they don't know us. So this is the only way. And you got somebody across the way in one of these countries, these homogenous ass white countries, having the audacity to tell a black woman she's uneducated and has no class, when she did create the most classless fight on a tennis court that I've seen in a long time. Like, how dare you? How dare you? So I'm glad she's getting, ripped up a little bit on social media, but it's still not good enough.
We're ready. We're prepared. Do not give in to fear. We are fearless. This is not the time to be afraid. This is a time to stand up and fight back and to resist any temptation for them to divide us. We're in this together. The rule of law is on our side. We will not give in, not give up. We will not capitulate. We will not bow. We will not bend. We will